Welcome to the Real Chat Podcast.
where we talk business, lifestyle, and mindset.
For the modern entrepreneur.
I'm Baxter Colburn.
I'm Allison Elise.
I'm Mandy Wilkie. Let's chat. Summer is here. Summer is here.
And summer is here.
And summer is here. Summer is here.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Summer is in the building
and summer is outside.
Summer is everywhere.
We talked about that. Summer and I met on accident, kind of on purpose on accident. We stumbled across each other on the Insta.
Ooh,
And
Okay.
then we were like, we should meet. I think we'd be friends. And 3 hours later, I think in coffee, we knew a lot about each other and a lot about her incredible business, and also just like how you have to tell everyone what you do in a second, but how fun is it to be in a business where you get to bring so much joy to so many people?
No kidding.
Like you literally deliver joy.
I do. I
Yeah.
mean, who isn't happy when they get like a fresh delivery of flowers?
Right?
Where did you leave my basket in the car? Usually
One
our
for
guests
each.
bring,
I didn't even think
our
about
guests
that.
bring us
So-
gifts,
I was
but
going to
it's
say,
fine.
Alicia Forsberg was here a few weeks ago, and we all got coffee, and she brought us mugs.
Yeah.
So,
So
Okay,
you
next
could,
time.
we'll
we can
have you
stop
on in
recording,
season,
and you can go get them in the car and then bring them back.
Let me
That'd
go
be
shop
perfect.
across.
There you go. Yeah,
yeah.
say that's
season 3, we'll
shop.
invite you back, bring us a present.
yes. You have to get
No.
bring us a gift.
Okay, so
I'm
summer.
not a part of that conversation. I'm just happy you're here, Summer.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Thank
I was
you.
like, hi.
Summer.
Just for me.
Tell us about your business. First of all, tell us the name of your business, how people
introduce
can
yourself.
find you, and then the concept behind you delivering joy so people can understand what we mean by that.
Sure. So it's Baskets by Summer, and I put together gift baskets or bags, boxes for individuals who a lot of times just people don't have time.
Yeah.
You know, we're also busy. We're just also busy working, getting involved in life, or we're stressed out. And so I love finding those individuals that they just reach out. They're like, hey, this is what I want. I really need help. You know, and it's humbling to actually give something up like that. Give
Yeah.
something that we all took time. We love picking out presents for people, right? It's like I don't know, it's something
It's a love
special.
language
Yeah.
for
It
some
is.
people.
Love language,
It
yeah.
really is. And so for me to be able to give that back, and yet they can still give it. I'm just behind the scenes doing it for you, but
Yeah.
they can give it now and still have that joy with looking at the recipient's face. Like, who doesn't love a
Yeah.
gift?
I want to know what your favorite one that you put together is. I don't know. That might be like a question for later, but I'm just like, how does it work? And
Yeah.
how
Yeah, for
what
those
do
that don't know,
Yeah,
like,
for
how
those
does-
that
what
don't
does the
know,
process look
what's the
like?
process and what's
If
your
Allie
favorite
wanted
one?
to send me a basket, what does she have to do?
she-
Or Mandy, yeah, can't forget me.
So now they're going to give the presents because I didn't.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you would tell me all about Baxter. You just approach me and you're like, you know
Charming,
what? I know he's
kind,
Good looking,
Good looking.
dad of 3,
Loves
three,
beautiful new
loves the
wife.
Packers,
all
played
of-
soccer.
has a new baby,
Okay.
decent photographer.
He hates jalapenos, or
That is true.
Do you love, those loves, dislikes? That all helps. Some people don't know a lot about their individual they want to give to, but some do.
I suppose it makes you personalize it on a much more.
Individual.
Yeah, you'd hate to get somebody
Intense.
like, I can't eat that, I'm allergic,
Or
I
like a
can't.
nurse's basket or something.
Right.
Like if you're going to,
Sure.
like, is that something you could do? Like,
Yes,
I want to bring a
absolutely.
basket for my nurses when I deliver my baby.
Absolutely.
That's something,
So
okay.
many, it's endless, really. The
Yeah.
possibilities are endless. When
Right.
you start personalizing things, it speaks to the person,
Correct.
speaks to the individual, and they're just like, wow, you really put a lot of thought
Yeah.
into that gift. I mean, you can go get a gift card, and that's totally fine. It's not about the item itself, but it's about the experience you're giving to the person.
And the thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Just so much thought goes into it.
Yeah.
So it's
So
touching. It's
you're putting the effort back into. I think about gifting a lot, but the time that it takes
Yeah.
and the intention that it takes, I'm like, I get overwhelmed and then I just won't do it.
right.
Are you doing the delivering, or are you giving it back to Allie and say, here you go, now go give this to Baxter or her mom or whoever?
So I offer both.
Oh,
I
you do?
offer
Okay.
both because if you're too busy to deliver to
Right.
your clients or your employees, you're busy in your work life. Well, now I can deliver it. You give me the address, I'll deliver it. But that's the joy I receive, because if I go to the door and I'm giving this gift to someone, oh my word, there's nothing else like that. Like, I've been at the door before where someone lost someone and we're crying together at the door, and there's no other gift that I could. Her mom or the daughter was down in Texas at the time. And she's like, I just really want you to deliver this to my mom. And then she told me the story, and I'm at the door, and she just starts crying when she finds out who it's from. And so then I get emotional, and then
Right.
I'm crying. But that is such a circle right there that I can't put my fingers on. It's such joy.
Absolutely.
Happiness knowing you could be there when her daughter couldn't.
Yes.
Right.
But then also, if you want to experience that and you have the time, if somebody, after work, you want to take it to the girl who just had surgery. Hey, I love you. Here you go. And then you get to experience the joy and then get to visit, make that connection again. I think that's
I love that.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So even if you're not a gift giver,
Right.
like if that's not your love language, but the person that you're giving to, like that's their love language, you can, it's like this could be in like your marriage.
Yes.
Very
or
much so.
in
I was
your
like, I can think of a
personal
lot of things.
friendships
Yeah.
Where, you get on like a deeper level with them too.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
100%. I just delivered had one shipped to Texas. She loves her man. And she was like, I really want to spoil him. He does so much and gives to so many other people. And so that video that we were able to put together and the gifts, and I went to different locations to find just perfect for him. He's a hunter. He's a fireman. He needs protein.
Was that the Yeti? Can we say what it is?
Yes,
Did we give it to him?
was
Was
on
it the
my
Yeti
Instagram.
cooler and the? Yeah, it was so cute.
So they took the items and went to the beach, like within a few days, and it was they just really enjoyed it. So those kind of things, again, you're building that relationship stronger.
Yeah.
Whoever you're
Totally.
gifting to.
So I'm always fascinated, right? The why behind somebody starting their business. Were you just a consummate gift giver and you're like, somebody asked you one day for advice and you're like, oh, maybe I could do something with this? Or was this always a dream? Or I'm always curious the how and the why a business starts, because everyone's story is different.
I feel like we should
Right.
guess first.
Yeah, why don't you
Oh,
guess?
Why don't you guess? Allie, Mandy, what's your guess?
I feel like someone gave you a gift that was so incredible that you were like so inspired to give that to other people. That you got this gift and you were like, how did you think of this?
Okay,
That's
that's
my
a good one.
guess.
That's a good guess.
Apparently it's wrong.
I think you just have like a knack for gift giving, and a lot of like your close people have asked you to help them. Like, oh, do you know? Could you think of something that would be good for this person or whatever? And then like you would have the resource to be like, oh my gosh, this would be a good idea. And so then that kind of got your wheels turning. You're like, I could do this,
Allison.
or money.
I love that. Too. Money.
Baxter, you got a guess?
Yeah, I think it was my angle. I think was you saw similar people doing this and you thought I could do that, and why isn't nobody offering this in this area?
Cool.
So literally, it's all three of your.
Oh.
Yes!
Literally.
Mostly mine, but everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
That's so cool.
So really crazy. 2020. I was a stay-at-home mom my whole life, basically.
Okay.
I was.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
That's a big deal.
Amen.
That's a big
Hardest
deal.
job ever
Yes.
and least paid.
It is.
So
yeah.
we lived life so we could keep it simple and I could stay at home. But then I always lived with health problems. So then in 2020, I faced a dire need of a kidney transplant. So I had the transplant and I also had this newfound energy. So I was just so excited. Never had experienced that before. So again, there's the best gift I could have ever given.
Wow.
Been given. And so a little bit of time went by, and that was during COVID, right
Yeah.
when COVID hit. So I was really nervous, like, what could I do and work from home yet
Yeah.
and still be safe and give to others? And my brother-in-law used to work at Fruit Ranch in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And he's like, you know what, Summer, nobody does gifts like this, like fruit baskets up by you. Why don't you just try that in northern Wisconsin? Because he was very profitable. He did it down there. And I thought, I'll just, maybe it's something to think about. So he taught me how he did his. And then it just kind of, I thought, you know what, I'll start late 2021. And I just noticed a lot of connections were missing. You know, people weren't talking. They couldn't get together. Everything was behind closed doors.
You said mental health
Everyone was
issues.
Yeah.
sad.
Everyone was
Very
sad.
So difficult. And so what started out as maybe fruit baskets to individuals that couldn't see each other. They lost someone in death. I started reaching out to realtors, and then I started including some other little items in there. And so then it just exploded into very personalized gifts. And hence what we have now today. Just whatever you can think of can go inside a gift and speak to someone. So that's where it started. And really all of yours. And I think too, just giving gifts in the past. And I've always been a creative type personality. And like, what could I do? I don't have time to paint. Life is crazy busy. You don't take time to sit down, but I could do gifts.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, can you top a kidney? Like,
Yeah.
it's
No.
when you think about that and what it did, but I love the fact that you took like this newfound energy because let me tell you, if you, and tell everybody again what the Instagram handle is.
Basket girly.
Basket Girly. That's what I thought. But you had said before Baskets by Summer. I'm like, no, it's Basket Girly. You said the
I was
name of your
like,
business.
you're the Basket Girly. I know
You
you
don't
like
know your
that.
business name. No, but I mean, I'm watching these videos and you are like, can I say balls to the wall?
Absolutely.
You're balls to the wall, like literally bouncing off the walls, doing
Yeah.
all of these things to create these amazing gifts. And I'm like, holy crap, this woman is getting it done. But I think when you go through something probably as traumatic as what you went through, you appreciate things different.
Yes.
And
See life differently.
Yeah. And emotions and people's appreciation and all of those things. So
We don't
super
cry
cool.
on here, do we?
Oh, I
Baxter
cried
did on the
last
last
episode. I did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Baxter
very
did
much
on the
so.
last episode.
First time.
Emotions are cool.
You can
Emotions
give
are
us
welcome,
you can
yeah.
give us a tearjerker. I mean,
Oh, that is the tearjerker right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt for so long it was suppressed, everything inside of me. I slept all the time, and
Yeah.
to have that new energy, there is no explanation. There is no explanation for how excited I got. Like, wow, I
Yeah.
wake up and I'm energetic. I'm ready to go.
yeah.
So then
And go and give.
Right.
Because you are giving a lot of yourself to other people.
And so it's not just about me. Like I'm now running this small business, I'm reaching out to these other small businesses that are struggling, that are trying to sell their products. And I'm like, hey, if I can include them in a reel, like just,
Yeah.
put their item
More
out
exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's huge. And social media there's such a blessing with it. There is blessings with it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it gets the word out. And if I can have a little fun, like there's my creative brain. I know that I was working with the firemen, so I was on the lookout for a fire station or a fire truck, and I found one alongside the road, and there I go. I just was like capturing lots of stuff and just having fun with it. But yeah, so all those different businesses,
Yeah.
I just think all the time.
And even, I mean, I think one of my favorite ones was the one where you did when you went back on the farm, because you had recently partnered with a family popcorn business out of South Dakota.
Wow.
I mean,
I
Yeehaw.
apologize. I found out they were from Utah.
oh, cut that.
Yes,
Can we
I
cut
am.
that? Okay, so we'll cut
okay,
that and say a
Utah.
popcorn company out of Utah. But it inspired
We'll leave
you
it in.
to go back and do a video on your roots
Right.
and how you grew up. And it was so cool, right? Because that is creative. Not everybody would think like that. And you were able to promote this small family owned business that has this incredible product, but then also to say like, here's where I got my work ethic. Here's where I got my drive. Here's a little bit about my family, and balancing the personal and the professional in your own social media. We know is a challenge,
Right.
but you're finding ways to do it that I think is cool. It's drawing people in.
People love that.
People
Yes.
love that. They
You
want,
have a personal touch.
yeah.
Very much so.
They get to see a little bit more about who you are and what you're doing, and they get to read or listen to the vulnerable aspects of what makes you who you are and what makes your business what it is. They are hooked like that. And then you have customers for life.
Yeah.
'Cause they'll think of you when they need to gift something.
Correct.
They'll do
And
it
they wanna
once, and then it blows them out of the water. And then they're like, anytime I need to give a gift,
Yes.
I'm a terrible gift giver, and I want to be better at that. So I'll probably
Call
Hit her up.
you
Hit
up.
her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about price, because you and I just had a meeting and we talked about it, and we're not going to talk any more about that because I don't want to give anything away. But we talked a little bit about that. There's a price tag obviously involved in this. Just like any of us know, if we go buy a gift, at the end of the day, we're also buying a card and wrapping paper and a ribbon,
All
and we're
the things.
spending the money. And you obviously have to make something on it.
Right.
So give people an idea of where that starts.
Sure. So yeah, we talk about me running around and finding the places that have that.
Yeah, because you're not going to one shop.
I'm not.
You're going to a bunch of local shops, and you're buying things fresh.
Right.
Yep.
Fresh and specialty stores, and they can be a great distance apart. I think of Primal Eats is a little bit farther away, but they're past Cecil and Gillette,
I
and
love it there.
come to Green Bay. I know they're fantastic. Shout out.
Shout out
to Primal Eats.
We still need a sponsor.
There you
Just
go.
saying. For the next podcast, we're looking for a sponsor.
Have you ever been there?
No, where
Or
is
you
it?
have to go there.
So fun.
Where?
Primal Eats in Gillette, just outside of. It's
Like
serving.
Sean, like
Yeah.
I feel like we
Sean
need to make a
Cecil.
bucket list for all the trips, for all the places
Yeah,
that we
people
talk
keep
about on the
recommending to us.
podcast.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
But again, inflation hit. So my basket prices, I had to cover the cost
Yeah.
of what items were. So then the gift prices do obviously have to go up. I can't do it for free.
Yep.
So there's a base price. We start at like $85 for a luxury gift box, and you're getting an experience with it.
Yeah.
Not just getting the gift, you're getting the thoughtful items that you're picking out. And then it's always delivered in like a beautiful luxury.
They look
looking
so amazing. Yeah.
Stunning.
basket. But I mean, even the design, there's time that goes into the design. I probably spend way too much time just trying to get things placed correctly. You may think that it's super easy to put it in a basket, but now I'm shrink wrapping it. I'm trying to help it not fall down. And so there's that time consuming
Absolutely,
aspect
yeah.
part of
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
But so gift baskets always start at like $100 base.
Okay.
And then like, if you have a wedding, so I'm doing a wedding.
Oh, this
down
is so
in-
cool. Are you talking about the one from New York, the bride from New York?
Yes.
Okay.
A couple that are in New York, and then she grew up in Wisconsin, down
Mm.
in Madison, and they're getting married at the Kimpton and Journeyman hotels. Their guests are staying there, so I'm doing welcome gifts for everyone that's flying in.
Oh my
coming for
gosh.
the wedding.
Oh, so cool.
All
there's
unique
like-
to Wisconsin, right? For all these people that are
That's
coming
so
from New
cool.
York.
So we have Charlie Barron's Old Fashioned truffles from Infusion Chocolates that are going in
Okay.
there. Picking those up tomorrow.
Wow.
And yeah, just anything that speaks Wisconsin, just in a smaller scale. And it's going to be a big event. So it's kind of a beautiful way to welcome your guests to the
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
And they're all getting them when they get to
Are
the
you
hotel.
bringing
And
them
you're
there?
bringing Wisconsin.
You are. You get to go.
Yes.
The venue. The venue.
venue.
the Kimpton. Okay.
Right.
Wow.
But their
Where they're
guests are
staying.
coming from New York. So all these
So
New
it's a
York
high-end,
people will have,
Very cool.
Luxury gift bag.
I love that.
Yeah.
and all these little businesses will be represented. And the beauty of that is probably it's a marketing piece for them that you're doing, because if they love them and
Yeah.
they can order them online,
Right.
in the future to
Those are
send
new
out to New
clients
York.
from all over the
Comes
country,
full
right?
circle.
That can
Yep,
potentially
it's
come
that
from
word
that.
of mouth.
Absolutely.
That
And
support in small business.
yeah.
So he was so excited. Just the Infusion Chocolates. They're excited to get their name out there. And I said, these individuals will be going back to New York or going back to their individual homes. And
And talking about Charlie Barron's troubles.
yes.
Also need a sponsor
Right.
for our next
Cool.
podcast.
Come on in,
if
Charlie.
you-
Happy to chat.
Hey,
We should have
Charlie.
him on.
That would be amazing.
That would be a
He
hoot.
would do it. I
He would
bet.
totally do it.
I say it like I know him.
I was
Like
saying,
he's
you
my
and
buddy.
I did meet him. I did.
Oh my gosh, my dad met him.
Actually, I
so
know
did
his
Addie.
sister.
My daughter met him one time.
There we go.
Now we should be really thinking
So we're
bigger
basically
picture.
best friends.
Basically.
I
I'll
used
let you
to
guys
run
work that out.
marathons with his sister.
Well, there
she
we
was
go.
part of the pacing
Well, look at
group.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got an in.
And I did the polar plunge with him first year at Lambeau. He and I
Small
You've got
started
the
it
in.
off.
Wow.
I've never
Yeah.
met him.
Can I
Very
get your
cool.
autograph later?
You sure can. I'll sign a shirt that says
a
"You
big
betcha"
deal.
or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably copyrighted.
That's true.
Probably.
You just made $100 by you
Yep.
saying that. Right?
Perfect.
Canceled. The
We
show
need a
gets
sponsor. Yeah, the other reason.
It's
So,
true.
okay, also, you guys probably have questions because I feel like I asked you some of these questions because I knew you were coming. Do you have other questions? Or I want to know what made you decide to leave your job to do this? Because you were doing a little job for a while. Not a little job, but a job for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I worked for our local chamber.
Yeah.
After inflation hit, I needed something. Baskets kind of, they still existed. Gifting still existed, but it started to slow down a bit. And I needed something more consistent. So I worked this part-time job. I loved it. Loved making connections with people in my local hometown. But I had this drive still to run my business, and I couldn't keep both going together. The gifting started picking up again, and I just started focusing more on that. And I wanted that family life balance again, and I couldn't do both. So I had to say no to something. And gifting just always made me happy. Just the connections I made.
Well, your days are never the same.
No,
Right?
they're so
no 2 days are
meaningful
the same.
Right. Every day is different. I meet with people. I'm creating. I'm shopping. So many people, small businesses I've met on Instagram, and then I'm able to feature their product on into my gift baskets as well.
That's
it's
so
just been so
cool.
fun.
Fulfilling.
Very
It
much
is.
so.
It
Such a
is.
fun
And an
job
added
that you
perk-
get to make your full-time thing.
Added perk when they send you some
Passion.
of their stuff, right? To like, oh, send us your hat, send us a t-shirt, send us this. And you get to really experience the product that you're giving to somebody.
Correct.
And
It's like you're an influencer.
Kind
we
of.
don't use that
Absolutely she
word.
is.
Called.
The swear word again. There it is.
Yeah.
Allie's an
Last kicker.
influencer. She's,
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's so cool.
yeah.
One more question for you that I have is, who would your ideal client be? So you can give a gift for a birthday, a best friend, but you also work for business owners potentially. again, I'm not going to give away too many of my secrets, but talk to us a little bit about who your ideal customer is.
Right. So I would say those business owners that are extremely tied up in their job, they're just so busy. They don't have time to do the little extras that they would like to do. We think of employee retention. I think that's really hit home with a lot of companies, and to try and keep those individuals, hardworking people that deserve to stay.
Yeah.
So when you show a little extra appreciation to someone, doesn't have to be big, but it can be any size gift, and it goes a long way to keep those employees. So those potentially are great clients to have of mine. Those that are having weddings or event companies, we can create something together that speaks to your guests as they come.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that would be those ideal clients.
So employee gifts, gifts for clients, like I think realtors, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so that's a huge one,
Right.
right?
yeah.
Or
I mean,
for like wedding photographers for
Yeah.
the couples.
Correct.
there.
Right.
Absolutely.
do you give a gift when you photograph someone's wedding?
No.
No.
There's
I
that.
I am
love
going
to.
to now.
After.
Would absolutely
Yeah.
love to.
I mean, how cool would that?
I think of it like
that
I
would
don't
take
shoot a lot of weddings anymore, but I have taken such a step for like intentional connections with my brides and grooms
Correct.
that I would often, even not even just weddings, I would love to have a gift.
Yeah.
even to
All
your
of my clients.
even to your repeat
thoughtful.
families, right?
Just
Right.
something I think like gift giving is definitely not my love language, but I would love to do that. I think there's so many people out there that
There is.
We talked about this a little bit before on the other podcast. You know, like there's a lot of photographers out there.
Yeah.
That is something that would take you to the next level, and people would say, "Oh my gosh!" And at
yeah.
the end,
The
she gave you this
experience.
And they
cool.
Right,
do.
that you're
Like
providing
I
to
did small
people.
woods for a couple once and things like that.
Yeah.
Like a little print. I give a free print on my gallery and stuff like
Which
that.
makes total
but
sense.
It's not that personal touch that you
Right.
you know really want.
'Cause you get to know these
Very-
families.
Like back in the beginning of my business, I did do like gifts, and I did a photo album included, and that was like my gift to them and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But
But
that's
then
very special.
yeah, but that's kind of fallen off.
And
But it's
Baxter,
something too that I would even love to talk about because I
Yeah.
think
Absolutely.
you know, just in general, we appreciate our clients.
Yes.
And it's a lot to say to them over and over again how much they appreciate them. And then the photos are a gift themselves. But that one step further of in business being able to
Sets you
give them
apart.
something personal that is like, I appreciate you. And it's something totally aside from
Has nothing to do with your
photography.
industry.
It's
Yeah.
just like, here, enjoy this bottle of wine and enjoy this little blanket or enjoy whatever this
Yeah.
is. You
Because
know?
there are so many
Yeah.
photographers.
There
and
are.
again, you talk about referrals for your business. It's great to have that ability, whether you're a realtor or another business. Like, hey, they treated me this way, or they went the extra mile. That stands out
Totally.
with people.
And to think as a busy photographer, not busy, we don't try to say that word a lot, but to think as like a business owner who is full and who has a very full jam-packed schedule, to have someone in your corner to be like, I want to take care of this
Yeah.
for you so that you can show up the best way possible is
Exactly.
so meaningful. I love that. My question for you is still, what's your favorite one that you've ever done? I still want to know what your favorite. I started the podcast with this question, but I still want to know.
And I don't know if it's because of the reel I put together for it or if it was the actual basket, but there was a domestic violence fundraiser that we had locally. And so there were a lot of deer hunting men that were going to be there, a lot of deer hunters, men and women. And so we put together items that really spoke to the hunter. And it was so big and so large, and it was awesome. And a country music singer, Walker Hayes, actually commented on it, and he was like, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
And,
Wow.
right. So that was really fun. And just doing the video itself, I went out in the woods, creating the reel. I was getting some content, you know, and
your flannel.
I want to
Love
pull
it.
my
Yeah,
Instagram open
right.
and I want to watch it.
What
I'm
is
gonna
this
have to
one? I
watch
gotta
it after
see this now.
I love it.
But honestly, because of the mental health crisis too, I just have to say, like, far more than any other gift request I've received is the comfort gifts. Like if someone is just down, they reach out to me and they just, please, like, everybody's so stressed. And we don't, as women, a lot of times take care of ourselves, even men, honestly. And so to think of a wellness gift is so huge.
Yeah.
I receive that more than any other.
I
just totally thought of one. You're hired. I'll fill out my order form
We'll talk
when you
after the
leave
show.
today.
Yeah.
Yep. But it just made me think of something that I was like literally trying to think of what I could do for her. And this is the thing. I know about you. I know about your business. I follow your business, but sometimes because it's not in my top of mind, you just put it back. So
Correct.
these are things that we hope that the podcast
Correct.
Can do is keep you top of mind, keep us top of mind. How can we help each other? If Baxter gets a branding shoot for a product, that might be something that you could say, hey, I can use that. I can maybe use that in a future basket. Or if I'm looking for like I think about the bag, right? They're probably a more expensive gift, but if you have that guy that's getting the new job for the Packers and needs a bag.
Absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying? Like think big picture, not just small minded, because sometimes I think we don't give the gift because we get stumped on time, what to give and how to get it there.
Correct.
And then we give up.
Yeah.
And here's Basket Girly.
And here's you.
And here's our gal for it, right?
Girly, yep.
It's
I
true.
love that.
My question, I've been sitting on this the entire episode, has nothing to do with business, because I'm curious, but also the sacrifice that somebody goes through to help another person in need. Do you know the person that gave you your kidney?
I do.
You do?
I do. She was a childhood friend.
She was, okay.
Wow.
You don't have to, it's up to you how much you want to share or not, but like I am staring that down in my life, or down the road, my oldest son might have to get a transplant at some point, and it rattles me as a parent. I can't imagine being in that position as a person that needs it.
Right.
Like, what was that conversation like, if you're willing to share it? Like, it's been sitting on my heart the entire time. I'm like, I have to ask, because that's such a intimate thing to happen. And especially if you know the person, it's even more intimate. It's one thing if it's like, Steve in Iowa was like, here you go. It's like, who are you? Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, it's one thing to ask someone for a ride.
Correct.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's another
like,
thing
hey, my car broke down.
Yeah.
Do you need that
Right.
one? I mean, are they both really that important?
Yeah, like, I heard one's fine.
Share. Have you heard of share?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so she was a childhood friend of mine, and when the need arose, when I finally hit the list in 2019, I knew I had to get it out there, and so I put it out on Facebook, which was really difficult for me.
Yeah.
Humbling, because now you're asking someone to give a piece of them.
Literally, yeah.
So I put it out there, and little did I know that my friend and her sister had both talked about it with their families, and they both wanted to donate.
Wow.
And it turned out that the one was a perfect match and the other wasn't. So they were fighting over it, like, well, I want to go. No, I want to do it. And it was just so touching.
I mean, to not only have one person willing to do it, but two.
Multiple.
Right.
It's so incredible.
Oh, and the amount of people that reached out on Facebook, again, you have to go through a process of testing.
Correct,
And
yeah.
We went to Mayo Clinic, is where I ended up getting the transplant, which was phenomenal. But they want you as healthy as you can be going into transplant.
Yeah.
So I exercised. I took care of myself. And I kind of have, just because of the health issues I've had along the way. But so yeah, the one individual that she donated her kidney, she was there for like 1 week. And after surgery, because you really feel like you've been hit by a truck.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Both of you?
No, I felt immediately better.
But she was going to feel worse.
Right.
Yeah.
She had some
Lost a piece of her body, right?
So no guilt there.
No.
Yeah, like, I feel great.
Thanks for your kidney.
I mean,
sorry you're not feeling well.
Bye.
I shouldn't say it was all 100% roses for me, because I lived up in Mayo at Rochester for 1 month. But, you have to adjust to the medication. It's a new life. New
Absolutely,
way of
yeah.
living. But I was out of the hospital in 2 days. They said I was legendary.
Wow.
And then her and I got to see each other on the same floor. We went in together. And again, it was COVID, so we were limited.
Sure.
My husbands couldn't stay the evening, but we were together, and it was the best experience ever to do it with your really best friend.
Yeah.
So now we just keep those connections.
That
The
is
first
amazing.
year of kidney, I took pictures of things that I did that I never could do before, and I gave her that album. Like,
Wow.
thank you, but I got to do this because of this.
What a gift.
It's a gift.
I think we're going to cry on
I was gonna
episodes
say,
today,
yeah.
but
Well, my follow-up is, what was the basket that she got? Because I feel like there's also not a
she got a
basket to be
scrapbook
like, how
of the
do
year
I,
in
like,
review.
how do I say thank you for that,
Right.
right? Like,
She loves roses, so she definitely got some roses. But yeah, that album, it's really hard to come up with something that's so just for her.
Yeah. How do you thank somebody?
For saving your
mean,
life, right?
No.
And she gets to be a part of this business that you've created because what she did allowed you to have the energy.
Yes.
So really, I mean, she's with you in every basket you get.
Yeah.
And it's honestly the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
Oh my
so
Yeah.
Touching. And
That's
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it was on my heart the whole time, and I'm like, I have to ask this question, right? Like, it just,
Well, I'm sorry about your son.
No,
having
that's-
to face that.
it's all right.
But again, the best knowledge I could give you is just stay as healthy as you can leading
Yeah.
up to it,
Absolutely.
because the surgery recovery just goes so much better.
Yeah,
well, and if nothing else, if that's what he has to go through, look at
exactly.
the other side of it,
Yes,
right?
100%.
I mean, we often think about what goes into it, and we don't think about, like, most people probably wouldn't know that you survived something
I was
so
saying,
difficult,
I didn't know that
Right?
about your story, right?
and that it probably arguably has made for a much better life because you feel so good,
Correct.
Totally.
which is
And
so,
allowed you to serve now
Yes.
yeah.
Right.
in your passion
Yes.
and in what you were meant to do here is give other people gifts, which is the
Yeah.
coolest
Correct.
thing ever.
Right.
Someone did it for you, and now you're doing it for hundreds of other people.
Yes, and it's so fun.
So real quick to recap, tell everybody where they can find you. If they want to reach out to you, if they have questions about giving a gift basket, can you ship them? All of those things. How do they get a hold of you?
So I just have my Instagram page and my email is on there, my phone contact. But yeah, just contact me. Let me know what you're looking for. And I ship gifts. I just recently shipped that one to Texas. I was a little concerned because it was warm and we're sending Wisconsin cheese curds to Texas.
Yeah.
But everything arrived just fine.
Good.
And
So if you're going to send cheese curds, do it in the winter.
So you're overnighting things, like just like get it there as fast as possible.
I certainly can. Yeah.
So reach out to you.
easy.
You're amazing on social media.
Yes.
You do a great job. Like,
Must
I will send
follow.
you a message and I'm like, how did she respond already? I barely hit send. And then I'm like, you're out doing a billion things. So you're so good at it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for your business because I think when we first talked, you were still like doing multiple things.
Right.
And so I'm so excited just to see how this has come forward. And then I'm excited to get to work with you.
Yeah.
I know. So am
I know.
Something new.
Something
it.
new.
Yeah.
I'm going to put her to the
Work with,
test.
yeah.
So stay tuned for that with Stroll Edgeview.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I love it. Thanks
Awesome.
for being
Thank you,
here.
Yeah,
guys.
thank you for being here. We're very grateful for sure. We've got so many more things coming up this season that we're so grateful for guests like Summer to be on, and we hope to hear even more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this episode, we hope that you'll share it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, on social media. Tag Summer, check out everything that she is doing as well. And we look forward to talking with you guys again next time.
Yeah, and if
Real
Summer,
Chat.
if you can share that reel with us, the one we were talking about before that you said you want to see with the country singer
Walker
that
Hayes.
commented
Yeah.
on it.
Sure, I can do
Share that with us. Maybe
look
we
forward
can.
to having Walker Hayes on the podcast.
Can we somehow throw that on our social media? Can we throw her?
She shows the original one with us, yeah.
Perfect. So we'll do that
All right.
for all of our following. And then all of your following should follow the Real Chat podcast.
Yeah.
That's the real reason we had you on today.
Oh, using
Totally
me.
joking.
We are.
Totally
Andy is
joking.
unhinged.
Yes, unhinged.
Correct.
There's a marketing concept.
I love it.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Summer.
you.
And
Thanks, Summer.
We'll
Appreciate
we'll look forward
it.
to having you guys all listen to the next episode.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.